Well, in less than an hour, Wayne Swan will deliver the federal budget in Canberra. But what the Treasurer won't tell you about tonight is the vast number of indirect taxes. Nick Echtells has been digging.
I think a lot of families, if they knew about all the taxes they were being charged, would be complaining to the government.
Well, I think people would probably be horrified.
It's actually quite a lot of money that the government effectively pours down the drain by collecting money unnecessarily.
Every year, you, me and our bosses pay government a whopping $350 billion.
Look, I think there's lots of hidden taxes that people probably don't know about.
Even if you're a specialised tax accountant, it's virtually impossible to know how much you give to government.
I count 60 plus taxes, but there could be a lot more. There could be taxes that even I don't know about.
Hi, can I have a regular cappuccino, please?
Have you a takeaway?
Takeaway, please.
Take this transaction, for example.
And $70 change, sir.
What you've just seen is a sleight of hand trick that could make any magician marvel.
Job for the cappuccino, I see.
Yes,
What
yes, I
taxes?
am.
What taxes do you like in your coffee?
Well, in this cup of coffee, there is, of course, the GST. The government has introduced a milk levy, and there is a sugar levy.
Sinclair Davidson is a professor of economics at RMIT.
Australians pay much more tax than they actually think they're paying because a lot of our taxes are hidden.
The professionals call them indirect taxes. You probably know some of them, like tobacco taxes or petrol excise.
The total of that, GST and fuel excise, can add up to something like 37% of your fuel bill.
But like icebergs, the bulk of them are hidden from sight, and you'll never even know you're paying them. This water bill includes a $17.50 levy for sewage disposal. Bills are an absolute hidden tax bonanza. Depending on where you live, you may very well pay an ambulance levy on your electricity bill. Your rates bill might include a fire brigade levy, and they're all taxes. And take your car, for example. Your registration fee is, in fact, a tax. And fuel, as we know, is taxed at close to 40%. And then there's your compulsory third-party insurance, which includes 4 completely separate taxes. There's an administration fee, a nominal defendant's fee, a hospital levy and an emergency services levy. I tell you what, it's a good thing these taxes are hidden. This stuff is positively depressing.
Governments are moving more towards an indirect tax system.
Darryl Obrien is a tax accountant with 30 years' experience, helping people keep track of their tax. In that time, he's seen the number of taxes balloon. Most you'd never have heard of. Admitted income penalty, statutory insurance scheme levy, excess contributions tax, unquoted marketable securities duties. And governments know we'd never cop it if we were aware.
It's politically unwise to call a tax a tax. It's easier to call it a levy or a surcharge or an admin fee.
I've got a lot of bills, telephone bills, internet bills, those sorts of things.
Virginia Graham is a university-educated mum. She's smart, has finance degrees, runs her own businesses and keeps a sharp eye on the family budget.
I knew there was a few hidden ones, but I didn't think they'd add up to as much as they have.
We gave her budget to Darryl O'Brien to find out the real cost of indirect taxes. She was shocked by the result. Virginia's household weekly income of $2,000 means tax and the Medicare levy come to $548 a week, a hefty bill in itself. Think that's all the tax she pays? Think again. Her hidden indirect taxes add up to a whopping $114. That's an extra $6,000 a year. Or in other words, for every 4 tax dollars she knows about, there's another $1 she doesn't.
It even took a specialised accountant to work out the tax in my shopping bill, and it shouldn't be that difficult.
Do you have any idea what an unquoted marketable securities duty is?
Look, I think there's lots of taxes that people wouldn't know that they pay every day.
Greens MP Adam Brandt is no fan of cutting taxes, but even the Greens think this trend towards indirect taxes is just not cricket.
The more that we move to indirect taxes, the more unfair it's going to be for everyday Australians.
But what do? We can't very well cut taxes, can we? As we're often told,
when there's less tax revenue collected by the government, there's less money for schools.
But that argument is simply not true. Australia spends more money every year on welfare than it does on national security, public order, hospitals and schools combined. A lot of that is middle-class welfare. Things like family tax benefit Part A and Part B, the baby bonus. And the people who are receiving it are the same people who are paying the tax in the first place.
A lot of the welfare is actually middle class churn. So we take money off people, the government takes their slice in terms of collection costs, and we give the money back straight to those same people that we've just taken the money off.
When the government does this, it costs $20 just to collect $100 and then give it back. So $20 is going directly down the drain. There are 125 taxes in Australia. 10 of them raise 90% of our tax revenue. The other 115 are essentially hidden nuisance taxes. Surely we'd be better off without them.
We could spend less and tax less without reducing a single dollar of national security, a single dollar of public safety, a single dollar of education, and a single dollar of health.